A very, very, very warm welcome, everyone. I hope you are well. My name is Nick. Kempson Joystick. Yes, I think we will try that. Anyway, we're looking at a game called KRAZY Kong on the ZX Spectrum. It's based on the arcade coin-up Donkey Kong, which you probably guessed, from Nintendo in 1981. Published by PSS in 1983. This one, it's a platformer. And basically it's over 4 levels, just like the arcade. But if you're unfamiliar with Kong, essentially you control a man. He must go up to the top of each part of this building to eventually fell Kong and rescue the princess. She's saying, help, here I go. Yes, it's not programming basic, but it's good animation on the character. It's not too far off basic, to be honest with you. Now, we need to avoid all these barrels. You know this. Go up the ladder and get to the top. There seems to be quite a lot going on straight away compared to other versions of Kong I've played. The most earliest one I recall was the one on the Atari 2600, where, well, Super Mario, or Mario he's then called, or probably something else, Jumping Jeff or something, has to get to the top. Anyway, there's the Kong Beast in red. Not doing too badly here. So 4 stages. Once you get to the full stage, apparently Kong falls off the building. If we can't get there, I will use a cheat for immunity just to have a look at that. Now, if you had this game back in the day, let me know. It's a big chance. I'm doing quite good here. It's a good chance that you would have had a version of Kong, not necessarily this one. See the bonus sticking down on the right? Boof. If that goes to 0, then you lose a life. Lives left in the middle there. Men 3. Interesting tune. The typical beeping going on. Okay, now, number 2. It seems to be loosely following the design layout of the arcade cabinet, so kudos for that. The Atari 2600 version of Donkey Kong only had 2 stages, probably because it couldn't fit it on the cart, I suppose. Oh, I'm making quick work of this. They're conveyor belts there, so with barrels, fireballs, pies, which I think those purple things, that was easy, conveyor belts and lifts. Good. Right, that's 2 stages done. This isn't about expert gameplay, although I'm not doing too badly here. It's about how you'd have found the game your first or second go. Now, this level, you might recognise it. Chucky Egg, a great game on ZX Spectrum, copied this sort of like layout a little bit on one of the stages. So I need to jump on here. Whoops, not like that. R.I.P. Rip it, baby. Rip it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. That makes the channel grow. And huge thank you if you have subscribed and you've been with the channel a long, long time. Good. So you know what to expect. Someone once said I was the Ronnie O'Sullivan, if you know who he was, of the reviewing world. And I can pretty much see that. It's about having a laugh, having a bit of fun, and being a bit maverick with the thing. Oh, no. And not about R.I.P. and down into the ground again. Look at Kong there. He's obviously doing some squats. Do. Will I complete the game on my first go? Well, this looks like my bogey stage. It certainly was on Chucky Egg as well. Come on, great game that. Come out on a few systems. A bit more advanced than this one, right? Apparently I get an extra points, I think, if I collect those. I think those power baskets, right? Oh, stupid. I meant to do a long jump. I didn't do any jump at all. Now, if you want to do this on keys, I've avoided keys, so I found it impossible on that. The keys are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I know, that's ridiculous. So I'm risking the joystick on this one. If you're on keys, you might get extremely frustrated. So in the early 80s, this game, my favourite era of gaming by far, because it's, well, my first knowledge of games, really, the era I grew up with. So depending on how old you are, you've probably got a different sweet spot of what retro gaming should be. Right, I'm across here. There's these odd things coming down here. They're always in the same place, more or less, are they? Yes, right, so it's avoided them. Come on, Nick, you can do this. Is this my last life? Bonus is ticking down, but I've still got quite a lot left. Right, it's going to have to be a bit of luck here. Good running on the man. I like it as he goes across. He's no Henhouse Harry. He's a bit skinnier than that. Right, now, I need to get to the princess again, or the woman. Well, that's good. That's a good one. Oh, man. So close. So close. Do-do-do, so as a first go, I think that was pretty good. I would have been quite pleased with this version of Kong. As I say, there were quite a few versions available. This one is KRAZY with a K. KRAZY Kong by C.P. Cullen. Well done to him. Good. Right, I will have one last go, and then I will put a cheat on for immunity. So let's see if I get the right way round. My first go was quite promising. Do some jumps to get over these barrels. They're not causing me too much trouble at all. If you want to see some other ZX Spectrum reviews, we've reviewed over 1,000, yes, and gunning towards 1,050 at time of recording. Yes, that's a lot of games, isn't it, really? Bound to be something you played before. To get there, click on my username, takes you to the channel page. Click on the playlist, and that will take you to the well, ZX Spectrum along with a lot of other systems too. I'm making short work of stage 1. That doesn't seem to be any hassle at all. That's close. There we go. Done that. done that twice, 2 for 2. Do 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 do. If you are Kong, then comment below. My favourite fall of Kong is in Manic Miner. It's a screen in Manic Miner, really. The Kong Beast and Revenge of the Kong Beast. With either switch, he will fall down. Good. Right, now, those magenta things are pies. They will kill us if we bump into a pie. You know those pies. My favourite pie is magpie, but the feathers get stuck in your teeth a bit, so don't eat too many of those. Oh, this looks a bit tricky to... Oh, can I jump over that? Yeah, that was a bit unlucky. Should have gone the other way. Help, that woman says, in the middle. So essentially we rescue her 3 times, I guess. I don't mind this game. What can I say about it? Graphics are okay. For 1983, it's pretty special. The movement of the guy is pretty cool. Better was to come. It represented KRAZY Kong well, although I haven't seen Stage 4 yet. I presume that's the same. I think Stage 4, you have to remove bolts. Done that. You have to remove bolts from a certain girder, then the building collapses. Yeah, I don't think they could have done much better for 83. Good conversion. The music is a little bit grinding at that bit at the end, but to be expected for the era 1983. Boof. Right, okay. Right, now, see if I can get past this time. Oh, that was oh, look, I thought I had that then. You need to jump right at the end there. KRAZY Kong. He's pretty crazy, but it always ends in doom for him. Right. What we got now? 2 lives left. Maybe I can get onto stage 4. What do you reckon? Don't jump into that yellow thing, which is fire. It wants us to burn. Right, now. Concentrate. The tricky thing at this stage is getting used to those 2 white things, whatever they are, coming down. Oh, that was close. Right, okay. Now, I need a bit of luck here, especially on that top bit. I suppose there's a pattern. There's a pattern there. It's just knowing what the safe bit of the screen is so you can stop in. Right. Now, it's now or never. That goes over. Where's the safe spot? Not there. I needed to be forward about another inch, I think. So a bit left of that ladder, that cyan ladder. So you get a bit of trial and error. I think it's not overly difficult, this version, from my goes on it. I think a kid with determination would have completed this on the same day they actually got the thing. Don't jump into fire. But I think even then it probably loops back to the beginning again. So even then they could still play it. Kids' imagination will add quite a lot onto this. So I think a kid could have gone round and round and round and round infinitely. So, okay, so let's put a cheat on from Unity just so we can see screen 4 to see is it worth getting to that or not. If you're playing it, well, don't you do that unless you want to copy me, you copycat. Nice, right. If I wouldn't have minded this. Not sure how much it would have cost. $1.99 would have been good, but it probably wasn't $1.99 back in the day. Didn't play the. Unfortunately, I never played the arcade cabinet in 1981, the original Donkey Kong, where it all started. But it's one of those games, isn't it? Back in the classic era of arcade gaming, when things were initially getting started, which just led to capture the imagination of the gaming world. And there's loads and loads and loads of clones. It's not as if the first arcade game was Fortnite or anything. So stage 1, pretty easy compared to a lot of versions I'm playing. You might do that on your first or second go. I seem to have completed it every time. I'm not the best game player in the world, so that just gives you a bit of a benchmark of where things are with this. These pies seem to be a bit random. If there's 2 pies in a row, you can't jump over them. But occasionally, it's just a free walk up to the top here. There we go. Stage 2, that's no problem also. In the normal arcade game, you'd be pulling your hair out trying to get past this bit, so it's pretty easy stuff. Now, this is the first, I would say, of the tricky stages where you need to use your brain power or a bit of luck. Now, I think I can still die if I miss jumping on the ledges, so we don't want that to happen. But as long as I can navigate across there, it's just a question of getting over to that ladder the other side. That fire's not. I've got fireproof clothes on, so that's not going to beat me. Biff. Now, just got to get this jump correctly. You might remember I jumped just straight up on a previous occasion. Right, these things aren't going to cause me any trouble at all. Officer Dibble. Let's get that just for fun. Right, I think if this had been programmed in BASIC, it would have been really annoying with the jumping. You can get away with that. It's a basic compiler that's been used here, not an advanced one, quite basic. Probably one of the first or early ones. 83, that's right at the beginning of when there weren't too many games available by this stage. Probably now there's over 30,000. Right, we're here, right. So this is stage 4. So you see those white bits there, either side, going up into like columns. I think they are bolts. I think, we'll go at the top first, but I think you might have to walk over those to undo the bolts, and then the thing will collapse. I can't see Kong here. Ideally, I want a graphic of him falling down, so I hope it doesn't disappoint me there, because that would have been the whole, in a kid's imagination, that would have built up at the time it took to complete this, probably a day, wanted to see what's happened there. So is it worth completing the game, really, essentially? It holds together okay as a conversion, but what's the payoff at the end? What sort of animation do we get? Do we see the gorilla falling down, or does it just loop back and don't do anything? Please give me an animation. I've got a funny feeling it might just loop back. Anyway, so you can see these white bolts are disappearing as we go over them. There's that one gone. Okay, now just 2 more. Hang on to your haircuts, there might be a special effect here, but alternatively there might not. It is 1983, remember, here we go! Well, well, it was something. I can't see any gorilla falling down unless it's going to animate it now. Come on, gorilla falling, no, it just loops back to the beginning again. Oh well, there wasn't much of a payoff, but you just had the success internally of knowing that you've completed the game. It just goes round and round and round, which I suspected would happen. Anyway, I like that game for what it's worth. Lots of conversions. This one's okay. A little easy, so would be appreciated by newbies who probably haven't got very good reflexes. But anyway, I hope you like that. That was KRAZY Kong on the ZX Spectrum 48K, published by PSS in 1983 and based on the arcade game from Donkey Kong for Nintendo in 1981. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.